Good evening. Coming up tonight, we'll fill you in on what's happening in and outside the Palmetto State.
Stay tuned to hear about the Gamecock football team's tough loss against the Florida Gators.
And finally, SGTV News 4's latest story about the mobile restaurant boom coming to Columbia.
We will have all that and more tonight on Monday Night Mashup. Welcome to this week's Monday Night Mashup. I'm Elliana Knudsen.
And I'm Jenna Falconite. Thanks for joining us tonight. Making national headlines today, the Biden administration is no longer accepting applications for student loan debt relief.
This comes after a second federal court ruling challenging the program. The U.S. federal judge in Texas ruled Thursday that the Biden administration overstepped its authority, establishing the relief program without approval from Congress. This case is one of the several lawsuits filed in the reaction to Biden's loan forgiveness plan. The program was already paused due to a case filed by 6 Republican states: Nebraska, Arkansas, Kansas, South Carolina, Iowa, and Missouri. The goal of their case was to stop the program temporarily and encourage leaders to contemplate a permanent ban. Their initial lawsuit was thrown out, and the states filed an appeal. Their appeal was granted by the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals today. Due to these rulings, borrowers have not seen any relief money, and the application is now closed. 26 million people applied for relief while the application was open, and 16 million applicants were accepted. The Department of Education will hold on to these applications. The Biden administration is hoping to overturn these rulings and reopen the application as soon as possible. The issue of student loan debt relief may now go to the Supreme Court. In local news, the Richland County Sheriff Department is currently looking for a suspect involved with an incident at the Columbia Place Mall.
RCSD reports that shots were fired on Saturday inside the mall. The suspect fled immediately after the gunfire. A department representative says they received a call at 5:52 p.m. Multiple other callers reported a shooting incident shortly after. The mall did not go into lockdown, but deputies began arriving on scene. The scene was secured just after 8 p.m. Fortunately, no one was harmed. Despite shoppers being in the mall at the time, officials report no injuries on the scene. The Columbia Police Department, Emergency Medical Services, and the Columbia Richland Fire Department are all helping RCSD in their search for the suspect. Law enforcement has not found a motive for the incident. Anyone with additional information on the incident is asked to report any tips directly to Crime Stoppers. The Columbia Place Mall remains open.
I'm so happy no one was injured there.
Definitely. I hope they find the suspect soon.
Yes. That's all for national and local news, but SGTV sports anchor Erin Smith has an update for all things Gamecock athletics. Erin?
Gamecock football had a painful loss this Saturday, falling 38-6 to the University of Florida Gators. The Gators came out strong, scoring 3 touchdowns against the Gamecock defense in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Gamecock punter Kai Kroger and wide receiver DeCarrion Joyner successfully pulled off a fake punt play that gave the Gamecocks their first touchdown of the game. Unfortunately, those were the only points the Gamecocks earned on Saturday, while the Gators racked up 5 touchdowns and a field goal. Contrary to the football team, South Carolina women's soccer had an exciting win over Wake Forest this weekend in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The girls won 2-0, advancing them to the second round where they face Harvard this upcoming Saturday, November 18th. Next, Olivia Sperbeck will tell us everything we need to know for the weather this week.
Right now in Columbia, it's 48 degrees, but it feels like 47. Oh, sorry. The wind is blowing at 4 miles per hour. Northeast, and the humidity is at 59%. So if you feel like wearing your hair down, don't do it. Partly cloudy, and the local time is 7 o'clock p.m., and the cloud cover is 57%. So it's going to be a little bit cloudy, but enjoy the sunshine while you can. So for the weather this week, it's going to be partly cloudy today with a high of 57 degrees and a low of 45. Tomorrow, it's supposed to be a little bit rainy, so make sure to pack your umbrella with a high of 53 and a low of 43. On Wednesday, it's warming up a little bit with a high of 65, and it's going to be mostly sunny. And on Thursday, it's going to be partly cloudy and a little bit chillier than Wednesday with a high of 52 degrees and a low of 30 degrees. It's going to be a little chilly that day. On Friday, the high is 54 and the low is 33, and it's going to be sunny. So make sure to enjoy the sunshine on Friday. And on Saturday, it is partly cloudy with a high of 55 and a low of 36. That's all I have for tonight. After the break, we'll catch you up on everything related to Student Gamecock Television.
Next up, Tin Roof Columbia recently hosted an event that brought out mobile restaurants for the community to enjoy. SGTV News 4 reporter Tyler Perrone has the story.
Tin Roof Columbia hosted Senate Street Eats on Saturday, November 5th. The event brought a variety of food trucks together for the community to enjoy. The mobile restaurants at the event featured different cuisines from multiple cultures, but they have one thing in common. All of the trucks are based in or around Columbia. One truck, Karen's Mobile Kitchen, was created by a local restaurant owner and her husband. David Johnson was working the Karen's truck at the event.
We're primarily based out of Columbia. We've been based out of Columbia for 17 years.
Members of the Columbia community attended Senate Street Eats and enjoyed a variety of local foods. They also got a taste of why food trucks are so popular across the country. Over 32,000 food trucks operate in the United States, bringing in billions of dollars of revenue yearly. Millennials and Gen Z make up a large portion of food truck fans. But why are these mobile restaurants so popular with young people? Raul de Jesus attended Senate Street Eats and says that he likes buying food from a truck because of the conversations that come with it.
It's you talk to the people who actually make your own food and you get to conversate with them. And I think that gives it a personal touch.
Along with their more intimate feel, convenience sets food trucks apart from other dining options. Johnson has seen the convenience aspect of food trucks and says that Karen's ability to drive around the city increases their customer base.
We're able to come to the customers, to the clients, to schools, to universities, to city agencies. We're able to bring our food to them, and I think mobility is the number one reason why food trucks is pretty much successful.
The national food truck phenomenon may give Karen's and other local food trucks an opportunity to expand their businesses. For now, Senate Street Eats and other events like it continue to introduce the community to personal, convenient, and trendy mobile restaurants. For SGTV News 4, I'm Tyler Perrone.
Elliana, I think it's so cool that the mobile restaurants bring so many different cultures and cuisines to Columbia.
Yes, and I love the food trucks out on campus, so I should have gone.
They're so delicious.
Yes.
That wraps tonight's edition of Monday Night Mashup.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV News 4, I'm Jenna Falconite.
And I'm Elliana Knudsen. Have a great night, Carolina. Forever to thee.